August 13th, 2019. It is 12 p.m. and I'm calling the Instructional Committee to order. We're here at the Student Activity Complex, Meeting Room 1, 5208 Santa Clara Lane, Laredo, Texas. And we're going to proceed with the subjects to be discussed, consider upon which any formal action may be taken, as listed below. Item 1, action items to be reviewed. One is first and final reading of FBA local admissions inter-district transfers. This one.
Transfers of a little bit of flexibility to our students. Instead of the student leaving the last 6 weeks of the school year, because we do find some students who move mid-year, that we're offering some flexibility to them so that they can stay within our school system and they leave during the spring semester at any time. So instead of them, they move outside of the district, they will be allowed to continue staying up until the end of the school year to keep their full. So that's not affected. A lot of the times what happens is their credits and their opportunities to the high schoolers especially to match the classes at another district when they leave, that becomes a burden for them. So we just want to have some flexibility with that.
And this is just to allow the students that it's nothing as far as transportation provided, that's will be on that.
We don't provide that. Okay. They would just finish up and close out the school year.
Understand. Thank you, ma'am. Item 2, approval of first and final reading of BED local board meetings public participation.
Yes, good afternoon, board members and members of the audience. You all should have a copy in front of you of BED local with the red lines marking the proposed changes that administration is recommending at this time. These are being made pursuant to House Bill 2840, which made some notable changes to the public comment portion of government bodies' meetings, and most notably, if you go down the page, it's going to apply to all board meetings held by the board. The public comments have to be at the beginning of the meeting. That's another notable change that's included in the revised BED local. The law does still permit the government body to limit the time period, but it cannot limit the number of persons that want to speak to an agenda item. So that is also included with provisions as required by the new legislation that more time has to be allotted to non-English speakers who require a translator. And then under the decorum, if you'll notice, in line with the law, it's going to specifically say that public comment shall not be used for personal attacks by the speaker against district employees or students. The law, as it's written, the most notable change reflected that public comment cannot restrict criticism to a government body. So this is what this language is changed to reflect this new required language pursuant to the legislation. On the second page, I think it's pretty much the same. It's just making clear that if this is for all board meetings, that this new policy pursuant to the House bill, it's required. And let's see, I think that's it.
It's going to put us within the state law where it's mandated by the new.
Yes, sir. And like I said, most notably, it's that the public comment period is available at all meetings, including special call meetings, that it takes place at the beginning of the meeting. And we can no longer, previous to this legislation, the board or the government body, UISD, or any government body could limit the number of speakers that spoke. And this new legislation prohibits that. So this language is reflective of House Bill 2840. I'm going to recommend this be an individual item, though, Ms. Rendon, because there could be more suggestions from TASB coming for BED local, so that way we can kind of allow for that if there's more revisions that might be recommended to the board before Wednesday's board meeting.
Thank you. And 3, approve revisions to board operating procedures.
And the changes are just reflecting the new policy. Those would be found on, sorry, I didn't mark the pages. but it is the provisions that are regarding public comment. So the public comment section is in the board operating procedures going to reflect that new language about we can no longer limit the number of speakers, but the speakers will still be limited to 3 minutes each, and that persons who require an English translator will be allotted more time, not to exceed 6 minutes. That's on page 11 of the board operating procedures. And on page 23, number 8, that was changed to reflect current board policy, that the board president shall call a special meeting at the president's discretion or on request by 2 or more board members. We just noted that that needed to be changed to reflect current policy. And those were the only changes.
Thanks, ma'am. Item 4, approval of a multi-hazard emergency operations plan for 2019-2020 school year.
So once again, members of the board, we bring before you our multi-hazard emergency operations plan. I tried to email, I know it was a rather large file, but there is a link that I shared with you all. Hopefully you were able to retrieve it. And basically what the multi-hazard operations plan, it covers the components required by the state of Texas regarding our response to any type of emergency situation. So the first 67 pages of the plan, basically it talks about the provision that we would have, where we would have to cover training for substitute teachers, where we would have to have phone accessibility to all of our employees so that they can make emergency phone calls, provisions for students in portable classrooms, provisions for special needs and staff and students that, what's our plan of action, how we can get these students into a safe environment. It outlines a number of drills to have for students and so forth. And the most important thing for us is the chain of command for responders. And so Mr. Sanchez, the superintendent, would be the individual who would be charged, and then you all would fall in with what type of emergencies are we going to declare and so forth. So it's a rather lengthy, I know I can forward this to the attorneys, so we're a little taken aback by the page numbers, or the amount of the size of the document itself. So we have the multi-hazard operations plan. What we did is we put everything together. Welcome, Ms. Molina. Good to have you back. Thank you. All right. We do have all of the maps of our campuses as well, where they're outlined, and we have the SRP manual, which covers different scenarios to what can happen and how should a campus respond. And then the last piece that it covers is also the reunification plan, which is about another 60-page document where it outlines duties and responsibilities of various staff members. There is a security statement at the beginning, sir, for that it is taken for office use only, and we're hoping that it's exempt from public release of information. So because this is a lot of phone numbers, a lot of confidential information, just our mapping systems and so forth that we would have in place, and our plan of action should the need ever come to use this plan for any emergency situation.
As far as you mentioned training for staff, is that something that's going to be ongoing throughout this year?
Yes, sir. We forwarded the PowerPoint again to all of our teachers. We have a canned document, a canned presentation that we share with all of our parents during open house and teacher nights in every school classroom. So we shared that with all the campus administrators. We did have some here in Mr. Garcia from risk management present to the substitute teachers as to how to respond in different types of scenarios, and then we'll be having follow-ups with our students. With the first 10 days, we know that we have to have our first fire drill. So starting tomorrow, that clock starts ticking. So we're trying to comply with all the government changes. I do want to say that this is a living document because as changes come in from TASB and the state, this is very, very new, all the requirements they're asking of us. So they're making revisions to this plan, and so it's a working document,
Right.
living document that we will be updating with. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Moving on to item B, item to be reviewed by the commission, the instructional committee for information only. It's review of FDB regulation admissions, inter-district transfer and attachment assignments.
We do have FDB, and this is a regulation that we used to have in place, and it talks about students who reside outside of our district who live in a household. And so we have an employee benefit that we utilize, and we want to extend that benefit to children who reside in the household. Oftentimes we have individuals who may be the grandchildren of our employees, and because they're not the child per se, they're not allowed to come into our school system. So we want to extend the benefit, be a little bit more employee friendly in that sense. And if there's an individual who lives in the employee's household, that they are allowed to come into our school system and be educated by United ISD. That's it. Thank you.
And to project their preliminary district and campus accountability ratings.
Good afternoon, fellow board members, Mr. Santos, members of the audience. This afternoon, we do have preliminary data, and we'll start off with the Director for Accountability.
Good afternoon, everyone. This preliminary data is projected because it is based on the data tables that were released on August the 7th. The official reports will be out tomorrow to the district, and we'll add the distinction designation information to that. And then all the reports will be made public to the state of Texas, or to anyone actually, on the TDA website on the 15th. We are preparing to submit an appeal for one of our campuses.
In reviewing the preliminary data, we look at student achievement, we look at a skill score and grade, we're projected at a 90. We look at student progress, our skill score and grade, 93. Closing the gap, skill score and grade for closing the gap is 96. Overall, for United Independent School District, score grade will be a 94. Compared to last year, we're at 92. Again, these are preliminary. United preliminary report card is the only, United YSD is the only district in Texas educating over 43,000 students with over 90% Hispanic, 75% economic disadvantage, and over 36 English learners earning back-to-back A's. Again, this preliminary, so we're proud of our data for this school year. There's less on our high school data.
On our high schools, we have one confirmed A, and that's John B. Alexander High School. However, we are appealing United High School's grade because they're coming in at an 89. However, because of a technicality in the accountability manual, they're not given credit for the great graduation rates that they have. So we have submitted a letter to the commissioner of the state of Texas, and they're looking into what can be done for United High School, or actually all schools, but the response was for next year. So again, working with Mr. Santos, we're submitting this letter to all of our state representatives. Mr. Alemán from United High School is also working on a letter to submit to the commissioner. When we looked at their historical graduation rates, they've been graduating above 94% of the students since the class of 2014. So that's phenomenal. Nowhere in the state, nowhere in the country do they have graduation rates that high. In fact, in the manual, that 94% is set for the class of 2027. And we've been doing it already for the class, since the class of 2014. So we will be submitting that appeal. We're also looking at their data to submit the appeal for another reason, but we want to make sure that they give United High School the credit that they deserve, which is earning that A.
Okay, looking at our middle school data, again, doing very well. We're forecasting, looking at 4 A campuses, 6 Bs, out of those Bs, just to for everybody know, well, we already have one at 89, we have one at 88, and 3 of them at 87, so we're on the road to get more A's in our middle schools.
When we look at our elementaries, we've got several elementaries sitting at an A. Nye, Clark, Troutman, Gutierrez, Ruiz, Matias de Llano, Hazen, Orchards, Kennedy Zapata, Colonel Santos, Henry Cuellar, Malakoff, Vasquez, Freedom, and San Isidro. I'm very proud to say that both at Malakoff and Freedom Elementaries, these campuses earned straight A's in every one of the indicators that they had. We have 20 A's and 23 B's. So a B would be the lowest grade that we're projecting for our schools.
Moving along as a district planning 2019-2020, we will continue with Leadership Tuesdays. We'll have an instructional focus target areas of need. Instructional strategy plan will incorporate current legislative changes with a plan to meet all requirements for assessments. This will be ongoing during the school year.
Also, we're gonna continue building our own databases for giving our principals the data that they need immediately once they take any type of assessment. The state and local database assessment database is one of those. We're already projecting how they're doing in all of the domains so that from the very first time the student takes an assessment, we know where the campuses are at and the campuses know how to intervene with the students. We're also going to continue with lead forward for our administrators and our lead teachers, presenting on accountability. We're also rolling out a high school student profile to help us with monitoring the graduation rates, the graduation plans, and how well our students are graduating as far as are they college, career, military ready. And that's a very big component in our accountability system. And then we're also going to continue focusing on FEDPAS because it had so many changes. We're going to be focusing on student progress and advanced high levels. All in all, we are not changing our goals. These were the goals that we had since 2 years ago, making sure that we keep the focus on student achievement. 90% at one level approaches, 60% at meets, and 30% at masters. That's the formula at masters. In other words, the highest level they can get on the state test. That formula is what will render an A for student achievement. And then as far as school progress and student progress, our goal is 100%. No student should go back. Every student should move forward from where they start with us. And then 100% of our graduates graduating either college ready, career ready, or military ready. That's the goal. Very bold goals, but that's what's going to keep us in our A. And then on FEDPAS, because of the change of the test, our goal is at least 75% of our students to progress from one level to the next, or to reach the advanced high level. So we're keeping our goals steady. We're working on what we need to improve, but that's been our formula to get to where we're at, and we just want to continue with that.
And it's a great job. I want to commend everybody. I know it's a total team effort. By the numbers, it is evident that the hard work is paying off. So thank you everybody for the dedication to our students.
And it truly is a team effort. Everybody at the campus and everybody at the district level supporting our campuses. And of course, thank you for your support and everything that we've done.
And if I may, it's great to have Superintendent Santos supports all our endeavors as well, your support as well. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Move on to item 3, Laredo College Summer Academy Overview.
Good afternoon, members of the board, Mr. Santos, and members of the audience. I would like to report the results that we had for the Summer College Academies Session 1 and 2. So you have the data there for all the courses that the students took. And if we go to the last slide, we have a summary of what transpired during the Summer Session 1, 465 students, 100% passing rate. Summer Session 2, 161 students, 100% passing rate as of today. Thank you very much.
Item 4, 2019 Summer School Program.
Good afternoon, board members, Mr. Santos, and members of the audience. This afternoon, I'm going to briefly give you an overview of our summer program. We continue to do the federal mandates and our state mandates. We did offer the pre-kinder EL required mandate, our end-of-course classes, and our ESY for our special education students. We also held SSI for our 5th and 8th graders and for our retainers. Our summer school sites are the following. We did have 15 elementary sites, 5 middle school, including residential and STEP Academy. And at the high school, we continue to have it at all 4 high schools, including residential and STEP Academy, both which were held in STEP. New initiatives that we did this summer was the dyslexia program that came out of the grant, and our elementary language academy. Both were very successful this year. Our promotions for kinder through 8th grade, we had a total of 1,119 additional promotions that we were able to garner during summer school. And for our high school, we were able to get 304.5 credits through either Odyssey Ware or face-to-face intercourse. Our summer graduates for our high schools, we obtained 5 additional at Alexander, 9 at LBJ, 7 at United High School, and 6 at United South. Thank you.
Congratulations, Madam Board, for your
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 5, UIC dyslexia data 2018-2019.
Good afternoon, Mr. Santos, members of the board and the audience. Today I'm going to give you some data on the screeners that we're required by law to administer to students in kinder, first and second. If you look at the 2018-2019, we screened 250 students in kinder, 41 in Spanish, 345 in first grade, and 53 in Spanish, and in second grade, 282 students and 7 in Spanish. The prior year, we didn't screen those Spanish students, but in 2018 and 19 we did. Just so you can see the growth in the dyslexia program. Last year, in October, we had 412 students, and by May, we had 687 students. And we also grew in the special ed from 62 to 92. The increase was 275 students. We also have to screen our 7th graders who were not successful in the 6th grade STAR testing, and we screened 1,057 students. Of those students, there was 7% special ed and 6% in 504. There was 33% of the students that we did screen in 7th grade. The rest were make sure that we put them into intervention program. And this is just an overview of how many students we have identified right now in 504. There are 1,101 students, and that grew from last year from 856. When we include special ed, there's 1,300 students. And then the evaluations, last year we had 386, and this year we had 581. So the students that we have in our program, from last year we had 586, and this year we have 766, so it's grown quite a bit. And that's it.
I have a quick question. I'm seeing the students being screened and being identified increasing. Is the staff being increased as well? Is this something you
Yes,
mentioned?
yes, sir. Actually, we were able to increase by 4 new teachers at those campuses that were at Centeno. We acquired a teacher. At Freedom, we acquired a teacher. At Killam and at Gala. Yes, sir. The only campus right now is Kennedy Zapata that will be serviced by our itinerant teacher.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Item 2, any public comments? No public comments. We'll go into adjournment.